Hello, welcome back to Clair de Lune from scratch. Okay, so we've kind of learned the raw notes, but I'm already anticipating how a lot of you may end up playing this, kind of getting the notes down, but you may end up with the wrong rhythm because of the transition between chords. This is what I'm afraid is going to happen. You're going to find the next one, and then you're going to stop. You're going to stop. You're going to find. You're going to stop, and then you're going to spend extra time here and here. That's what might happen, as opposed to doing it this way. Okay? So, let me see if I can give you a couple of practice tips. We're going to actually make some exercises designed to eliminate delays between the chord changes. Okay? So, here's my strategy. Here's what we're going to do. It's all a matter of intentional focus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to visually cut out the most dangerous spots where I know I'm going to have a tendency to delay myself. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and do that transition. That's a very difficult one. Okay, copy that. I'm going to give myself a new page over here. Just kind of give myself, there we go. All right, that's the first portion over here. Okay, we'll just have that. And just going to play, just a review. Okay, that's the big jump. When practice that transition from here to here, not easy, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the music, okay? And I'm going to actually, instead of just playing through this part, I'm going to go ahead and cut out just the most difficult portions, which are going to be from here to here. That's it. No more. Look at that, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and go back to here, paste that in. All right. Again, this is one of the reasons why I love digital music, because it's a way of not only drawing non-destructively, but working with digital medium, just like cutting and pasting. In the old days when we had typewriters, you'd have to, if anytime you made a mistake, you'd have to get a little tube of whiteout and paint out the wrong letters. Huge headache. And now in the digital age, we can manipulate entire paragraphs and pages, cut, paste, and it's effortless. There's no physical boundaries or obstacles to manipulating information. Same thing for music here. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same kind of exercise. I'm going to just snip out the most difficult portion here. Let's go ahead and do this. And we snipped out here, and now we're going to do here to here. Okay. And let's go back and paste this over here. What I'm essentially doing is I'm creating focus points to practice. Okay, well, I call this a practice journal. And let's go ahead and, all it is just a way of kind of preempting. So we had here to here, here to here. Now we're going to do here to here. Okay. And place that in. See how that works? So it's not just a great teaching tool, but it's also a great practicing tool. Now, one more thing, okay, I'm going to do, and again, a lot of what I try to do to emphasize this is show connections and to bridge them from one to the other, okay? So you'll see what I mean in just a bit, okay? Let's go ahead and get that. So it's relatively the same speed, so I'm just kind of rushing this a little bit. You can actually, if you're doing this yourself, you can spend more time making it look real pretty, okay? Or you can even isolate these on separate pages, whatever, okay? You notice that this and this is the same, but that's not the point. My point is we're making exercises to make it easier. So here's how I'm going to practice this. Let's take a look at exercise number 1, okay? So I'm going to practice from here to here until this is comfortable, okay? Okay? And then I'm going to, for practice, I'm going to practice the next portion, number 2, okay? And I'm purposely going to go, okay, back and forth until these two chords are seamless, okay? Okay, and you have to remember there's a fingering change. So the difficult thing is going to be the fingering change from here to here, okay? And just kind of, well, this is not so difficult, right? You have a 4 here, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. That's not so hard. But the hardest thing in the right hand is going to be switching from 2 2, 3 in the middle notes there, okay? So I'm just going to have that as a reminder, okay? So I'm not going to even go back to the beginning. Let's just focus on the second portion here and just practice from here to here until you can get that finger switch really smooth, okay? Then let's go on to section 3. Exercise number 3. If you recall, this is 5 and 3. Okay? Now the hard part is that you've got this extra note in here and a new fingering switch. So we've got to be aware of the 5, 4, the extra note 2, and of course the 1 on the bottom. These are all octaves, okay? And here the hard part is that you probably have a 1, 2 in the top, 1, 2 in the top. The bottom is the same finger, but the 5th finger has to make that transition from here to here, okay? The hardest part is the right hand to here. So you want to practice that transition, switching from the 3 to the 4 and adding that in. So just practice this until this to here is smooth, okay? And once that's comfortable, then go on to the 4th exercise. Okay, do you see how this is working? When you plan out your exercise and learn it and create your own exercises intelligently, you are going to bypass some of the typical delays that many students build in when they just kind of take it without planning ahead for the breaks, okay? We're purposely practicing through the breaks. So you know the fingering here, okay? And this basically is the same as this, as you can see, but it's kind of in reverse. So when we went from here down, this is going up. See? Okay? So the same fingering, but in reverse. So 5, 4, 2, and then 5, 3 on top. 1, 2, 5. Now the only big difference is this. I have to, my apologies. I do have to point out that 1, 2, 4. We're going to change the fingering here. That's the only difference. So I hope that's not too confusing. We're going from down, now we're going, but we're changing this because this is going to prepare us for coming back down here, okay? So here we had 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, but then for exercise number 4, okay, you're going to go to a 4th finger here. That's the one thing you might want to be careful of, okay? Now the last exercise is going to be going from here to here, okay? The nice thing about this last part, is that these fingerings in the right hand are going to stay the same, okay? The hard thing is going to be the left hand. That's a different kind of chord inversion. You're going to have 1, 2, 4, and then you're going to be switching fingerings 1, 3, 5. So that 3rd finger is going to be a little bit tricky to get in. So you want to practice. Okay. So the way I would practice this would be like this, cutting the music apart, repasting it, and just isolating the toughest connection points. Practice on this is comfortable. Now practice a couple times, and now do the next one. Then once that's comfortable, do the next one. This is number 3. Now number 4. See the change? And number 5. Okay, and practice that going back and forth until just those transitions are smooth. Okay. Now I bet once you have done that, then putting the whole thing together is going to be a lot less difficult, okay? And let me show you how that all works, okay? I'm sorry for all the crazy colors, but you'll see, again, let's go back to the buzzing bumblebee just to see how the rhythm works. Buzzing, bumblebee, 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 buzzing bee, okay? What I'm going to do in the next lesson is quickly go over the pedaling, and then we'll move on to the next portion, okay? Great job. So practice carefully. I'll see you at the next lesson.